It's legendary beats.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So a Nigerian pastor slash accountant, yes, he was both a pastor and an accountant, has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing 4.1 million pounds from his former place of employment. His name is Pastor Sam Kayode. According to report, he was sentenced for defrauding Haberdashers Ask State School in the UK. Haberdashers Ask, I'm not going to repeat that word again. It was so hard for me to pronounce. But anyways, that was where he was employed at as an accountant. According to court document, Pastor Kayode earned £57,000 a year. He was convicted for theft in the amount of £3.95 million and another £150,000 for fraud. Unfortunately, out of the £4.1 million that he stole, only 800,000 was recovered from him. In court, the pastor was described as dishonest and greedy. And according to court document, Pastor Kayode lavished the loot on 4 women in particular. Like, he had other side pieces, but he had 4 main chicks. His wife, her name is Grace, a second wife in Nigeria, her name is Olubumi Halima, and 2 other concubines in the UK named Toyinlawa and Yetunde. He also bought expensive gift items for himself. He bought luxury cars, including Mercedes, an Audi TT sports car, an Infiniti car, expensive designer outfit including Gucci and all other top name brand designers, all with the money that he stole. During the trial, Kaide tried to blame the crime on his late wife and a junior colleague, saying that his late wife conspired to tarnish his image by transferring the money to his account in revenge for his adultery. And according to the prosecutor, Pastor Kaide started using the BACS money transfer system. This is a system in the UK that allows you to transfer money from one bank account to another unrestricted, especially as the company's accountant, especially as maybe you have been vetted and the company trusts you. There's no red flag whatsoever. It's not a big deal. Whatever transfer you make is assumed that, oh, it's going directly to a project that has to do with the company. So this is a trust-based system, and I'm going to go into the implications of this whole thing later on. So Pastor Kaide was using the system to put tens of thousands of pounds at a time directly into a joint account that he held with his wife Grace. According to report, Pastor Kayode was incredibly wasteful. He spent up to £98,000 a month. Apart from spending money like it was going out of style, Kayode also signed documentation showing that he was making investments with Halima, his Nigerian wife. He also reportedly rented very expensive apartments in Kent for his concubines Toyinlawa and Yetunde Tutok. So first of all, let me start off with the implications of all of this, right? This man is an accountant and he did something like this. There's something that I have always said before. I always use it every time I make videos like this or just race-related issues. When a white person does something, that person is judged individually. But when a black person does something, the whole entire race is subjected to scrutiny, subjected to judgment, subjected to being stereotyped. And a lot of people, a lot of really innocent, good people who just want to do their business, which is a majority of us, right? Because regardless of what you see in the news, regardless of what you see on the internet, regardless of what you see being passed around, the majority of Nigerians are really, really good, decent people. It's just so unfortunate that negative stories do not spread as fast as positive stories. Otherwise, your timeline, your internet space would have been bombarded with stories of Nigerians just really doing amazing things, impacting lives, helping their neighbors, just doing wonderful things. But like I said, negative stories spread faster than positive stories. So, and for the most part, stories that negatively impact Africa sells faster than stories that positively impact Africa. That's just how it is. People want to hear something negative, even between Africans, even among Africans. Some African countries want to hear that another African country is doing really badly because it just helps them feel good about themselves. It just helps them feel good about their conditions and their situations. And people like this Higot over here really just help perpetuate the negative stereotypes about Nigeria. And like I was saying about impact, you have no idea how many people are going to be affected by the actions of this this one man. Imagine how many people that are now going to have to face extra scrutiny, extra vetting process, systemic oppression, and even worse, rejection, being rejected for a job that you more than qualify for on account of people like this Sam Coyote over here. So please don't get it twisted. This goes beyond just one individual actions, because yes, it is an individual action. It is just this one man who did this, and now he's going to jail for 9 years. But guess what? A lot of people are going to be impacted by this. A lot of people are going to be affected by this. A lot of people are going to be viewed negatively by this. This is an avalanche of problem that this fool right here just created, and it's so unfortunate. This is what pisses me off about these people, right? They are so selfish. They are so incredibly selfish. And not only are they incredibly selfish, they are also incredibly arrogant. They just really feel like they can fly and nothing will touch them. Imagine stealing millions from your company and then going on a shopping spree. You make £57,000 a year, but you drive cars that are worth more than millions. Like, how do you explain that? How do you explain your extravagant lifestyle? Where do you tell people the extra income comes from? I mean, you make £57,000 a year and you drive cars that are worth millions in total. What are you telling people? Because people are nosy, people will check you out, they'll put eyeballs on you. Take, for example, the way he was caught, right? One of the cleaners in his office basically saw some really important documents and called in anonymously, reported him anonymously. So I have a feeling that they've been investigating him and they've been looking for ways to get to him. And the cleaner excuse was just a decoy. The cleaner is probably someone, a police officer who they hired to keep an eye on him or something. So, but that was how they caught him. The cleaner went into his office and saw some really important document that he was about to shred or he was about to dump or whatever. And the cleaner made an anonymous call, basically reporting the situation, reporting the incident, and that's how he got caught. And as they say, the rest is history. Every day for thief and one day for the owner of the house. I'm sure until the day he was caught, he felt like he was invisible. He felt like he could do all of this. He felt like he could commit all of these atrocities, all these crimes, and get away with it. Well, he was wrong. Now he's going to jail for 9 years. It's just unfortunate that the British prison system only counts day and night, from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. So technically, he's going to be doing 4.5 years or even less. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. That's too bad. Otherwise, he would have had 9 good years to think about the error of his ways, and basically 9 good years to think about how he basically set Nigeria back. I mean, this is just crazy. This arrogant prick really thought he was going to get away with it, as do a lot of the people who engage in this kind of behavior. I guess he better start calling his babalawo or spiritual father and asking for his money back, because the man took his money and did not deliver. And as for the women who get involved with this sort of men, like, I can't help but wonder, what do they gain from this man? Yes, there is the money and the lifestyle and everything, but all of those things can just as easily be taken away from you, as it clearly is in this case. Now this man is going to jail. Now they have nothing. All of the things that he bought with the money, they've all been seized. They're going to be sold so that they can recover as much as they can. And these women now are walking away with nothing. And they probably turn on one another during the course of the trial just to avoid going to jail. And now they are practically walking away with nothing. Well, except for maybe the STDs that they may or may not have contracted during the course of their relationship on account of being with this sick, twisted man. Imagine a man who has 4 main chicks, and that's not counting all the other ones on the side though. These are the 4 main ones that, yes, that bona fide girlfriends and wives and whatever. Imagine how many other women he had on the side, because obviously he had money that he didn't work for, money that did not belong to him. So women are just putting ourselves at risk, all because we want to live a certain lifestyle. Whatever happens to just working hard, making your own money, paying your own way, and gaining respect. That way you do not have to subject yourself to this sort of nasty lifestyle. His first wife died. God only knows what killed her, because according to the report, he was also paying her medical bills. Maybe she died from the disease that this man infected her with, because he was paying her medical bills and they did not have a good relationship. I'm just trying to put two and two together. If they did not have a good relationship, so much so that he was trying to put the blame squarely on her after she had died, he was trying to throw her under the bus by basically accusing a dead woman of conspiring with someone to put the blame on her because she was mad at him because he committed adultery. So they did not have a good relationship, right? So why would he be paying her medical bills if maybe there wasn't something else that he too was trying to hide? In my experience, and just based on my line of work, men like this who clearly have no morals, who clearly have no human decency, the only thing that will typically scare them into maybe agreeing to pay their ex-wives medical bills or whatever is maybe the woman has something on them, and maybe the woman is blackmailing them or something, because men like this don't do this out of the goodness of their heart. They just don't. Like, I'm reading all of this and the red flags are just popping up from different corners. So point I'm trying to make is they did not have a good relationship, so it's kind of suspect that he will be paying her medical bills, unless of course there was some kind of blackmail going on where his wife was trying to blackmail him. If you don't pay my medical bills, I'm going to do this. I'm just saying. And then he even had the audacity to say that she was trying to blackmail him because of his adulterous lifestyle. So that goes to show you that he and that woman were not in a good place prior to her death. So maybe he infected her with something and he didn't tell her about it, and she later found out about it and she went mad. I mean, I'm just saying. And as for the church members who allow this sick, twisted individual to lay hands on your heads, you people better go and look for a Bible-believing pastor to deliver and cleanse you from the demons that Pastor Kayode transferred into your body. You all need deliverance, every last one of you. But what do I know? Anyways, this is where I'm going to end this, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Don't forget to like this video if you like it. Share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Ciao, guys.
Oh yeah, do me. See, I want you to know that I'm from a beautiful country where we call Nigeria. Everything we want, we got.